Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer Maker and it is a beautiful day to show you how to make this gorgeous layered shadow box on the Great Maker Show and Tell. Shadow box projects are always super popular and so much fun to make. And this one is one of my very favorites. I just love how it combines two words that mean a lot to me, home and love, along with beautiful, intricate designs in some of my favorite colors. And I've made 3 versions so you can make 1, 2, or all 3. Aren't they just so pretty? And this shadow box design is inspired by my love of hygge. If you don't know what this is, hygge is a Danish word that evokes feelings of coziness and togetherness. In essence, hygge means creating a warm, comfortable atmosphere and enjoying the good things in life with good people. And I mean, is there anything better than that? And even though these designs might look a little complicated, I've done all the hard work for you. Wait until you see how fun and easy these are to put together. All right, so to make these shadow boxes, you need about 9 to 10 sheets of good quality cardstock. I suggest a solid core 65 to 80 pound cardstock. This is especially important when you're cutting intricate designs like this because it just works a whole lot better and you get a better end result. We'll also use some foam adhesive tape like this and a 12 by 12 inch shadow box. And that's it for materials. Super easy. You can cut your cardstock with a craft knife, but it will be so much easier and faster if you cut it with a cutting machine like a Cricut. And if you do use a Cricut machine, as I am, you'll also want to use your fine point blade, a blue or green machine mat, a scraper tool, and a weeding tool. So let me show you where to get the free pattern for these awesome shadow boxes, and then we will get started. Step 1, get my free layer design patterns. You can download them from my blog at jennifermaker.com/341. Just go to the red bar at the top and look for libraries, and then either click Get a Password if you don't yet have one, or click Enter the library. You can find the pattern by searching the page for design number 341, and then click it to download a zip file that contains SVG cut files for cutting with a Cricut or another cutting machine, a DXF file, and a printable PDF for cutting by hand. Let me show you how to cut these designs on a Cricut cutting machine. First, upload the SVG cut file to Cricut Design Space. If you're unsure how to unzip and upload SVG files, please visit jennifermaker.com/svgs to learn how. Here's what my layered home and love design files will look like in Cricut Design Space. The home design has 10 layers and the love design has 9. All 3 designs are sized to fit perfectly in 12-inch by 12-inch shadow boxes. If you're using a different shadow box, make sure to measure the inside of the display area to ensure your design shows as intended. To change the size, click on the design on the canvas and then click and drag the arrows on the bottom right side until everything is the size you want. You can also change the measurements in the size fields at the top of the canvas. In order to maintain the correct proportions, make sure the padlock on the lower left remains locked, otherwise the image will become distorted. Step 2, cut your layers. I'm going to show you how to make the hygge-inspired home design because I'm just in love with this one and I want to add some hygge to my home. But if you want to make another one of the designs, just know that all 3 designs follow the same steps. Okay, once your size is set, click Make It in the upper right corner of Cricut Design Space. There is nothing to change on the Prepare screen, but Cricut Design Space will display the color order in which the cuts will happen. This can be helpful so that you know how to organize your cardstock to prepare for cutting, so pay attention to this. Click Continue and choose your materials. I set my material setting to medium cardstock with more pressure for a clean cut. Now make sure that the fine point blade is loaded into your Cricut cutting machine, and then place your cardstock on a clean and sticky machine mat and press down on it to adhere it well. Always check which layer color of cardstock should be cut first on Cricut Design Space, and don't assume that they will go in any particular order. Design Space will always show you which layer it will cut next right on the screen. With your cardstock on your mat, load your mat into your machine and press the flashing button to begin cutting. If you have any issues cutting, check out my cutting problems guide on my blog at jennifermaker.com/cricut-blades. It contains all of the tips that I use to get clean cuts consistently. When your Cricut is done cutting the first layer, unload the machine mat and flip it over. Gently peel the mat away from the cardstock. This keeps your material from curling during the removal process. As you cut your layers, each design will leave behind cutout pieces on your mat. I carefully peeled them off using my fingers, and I also used my scraper tool to remove these pieces from the mat. You will be prompted to load your second mat, so repeat the steps above until all of your layers are cut. As you remove each layer of cardstock from the mat, you may find that some pieces didn't cut all the way through. If that happens, I find it helpful to use the weeding tool to pop those pieces out. Step 3. Assemble your layers. Once you have all of your layers cut out, put them all into order and check that everything looks the way you intended. If it doesn't, now is the time to fix that. And then once everything is good, you'll want to apply double-sided foam adhesive to the back side of each layer. The foam will allow each layer to stand up off of each other, giving you depth and more interest to your design. So begin by flipping your stack of layers over, and we'll work from the bottom up. Place foam adhesive squares on the back of your second to last layer, just as I'm doing right here. You'll want to spread your foam adhesive out over your layer and be careful not to get too close to the edge of your layers, or else the foam might be visible from an angle. As you place each layer on top of another, lay them down lightly so you can adjust your placement if needed. Then press to the underlying layer. Now take the next layer and add the foam adhesive to the back. Gently place it on the second to last layer. Continue the process by applying foam adhesive to the next highest layer and then place it on the layer below. The process is the same as you work your way to the top. Once your top layer is in place, it's time to frame your beautiful artwork. See, I told you it was easy. Step 4, assembling the shadow box. Now it's time to put it all together. First, let's get our shadow box ready. I always like to clean the glass with a lint-free cloth and some isopropyl alcohol. And I clean both the inside and out, so I'm sure that my design will look its very best once we give it a home in this shadow box. Next, turn over your design and apply adhesive foam to the very back layer. Then press your finished design onto the back piece of your shadow box. You can use hot glue instead of foam tape for this part if you're worried about your layers staying put. Now put your shadow box back together and there you go. You now have a beautiful piece of art to decorate your home or to give as a gift. I am in love with these shadow boxes. Even Greg was impressed by them. He's right over there. He's waving, but you can't see it. I'm always truly amazed at the beautiful things that we can make with just a few pieces of paper and some foam tape. Now, if you have any questions about cutting or assembling layered paper craft designs, please let me know. Leave your question below this video or ask over at our Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/CricutCrafters. I love to help and see you succeed. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft the life you love.